Hey everyone, today we're going to do tacos de carne asada with some leftover steak that I have. Now, usually you don't think leftover and steak in the same sentence, but these were pretty good sized porterhouse, so I had quite a bit of steak left over. So I'll show you the process. Once again, I try to keep it as simple as I can, and simple ingredients, probably most of the things you have in your house. So let's get started. Here is the main ingredient. Obviously, it's the steak. So it's pretty well seasoned from me cooking it originally. Still has some of the rosemary, butter, salt, pepper already seasoned. So we don't have to do a lot with the meat. Here's what I am going to be putting on it here. So I actually have, I keep it frozen, a tablespoon of lemon juice and a tablespoon of pineapple juice. The thing with carne asada, you have to have some sort of citrus, some sort of acid to bring out the flavor of the meat. A lot of times you use orange juice. The Mexican restaurant La Margarita in Indianapolis I've been going to for 25 years marinades their steak in orange juice. I prefer orange juice, but I don't have any presently, so I just kind of winged it. I keep a lot of the pineapple juice for sweet and sour sauce when I want to do it, and all I had for lime juice was key lime. I can't find limes right now due to the quarantine. Second thing is green chilies. As you know, I love these things. I buy them like 2 or 3 jars at a time. We got a teaspoon of cumin. I have a teaspoon of oregano and a half teaspoon of crushed red peppers. I have an entire onion chopped up. You know how I feel about onions, so that can be cut down to a 1/4 to a half, but I really do think you need the onions in here. And actually, the onions are the first thing we are going to cook. So I've got my onions going in my wok. I love my wok. Other than my cast iron skillet, this is my most used item in the kitchen. So what I've done is I've put a tablespoon of vegetable oil, put the onions in about medium high. You want to keep these stirred because you don't want them burning. You can see where they're starting to get a little brown, caramelizing a little bit. And I'm going to get them to where they're translucent. They're pretty much there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take half of that pineapple lime juice that I mixed together and pour it in here now. I love that sound. So it's going to evaporate and leave a lot of the taste of those two juices together here. I'm going to turn this up a little bit to kind of get sweat some more of this off here. So as you can see, I've kind of reduced some of the liquid, and you can really smell that pineapple and lime juice. Like I said, normally I would use orange juice on this, but I didn't have any handy, and this works just as well. So from here, we are going to throw in the meat. To that, we're going to add the green chilies, the cumin, the oregano, and the crushed red. And we're going to stir this up, try to heat up just a little bit more, and get this going. This is close to the end of the whole process because the meat's already cooked. Right now we're just going to try to cook it all the way through and get the flavors of the onions and all the other seasonings going in here. So as you can see, we've kind of got our finished product here. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the rest of that lime and pineapple juice and put over here real quick. Give it one quick more sizzle. I did add another dash of salt after tasting it, just because it tasted like it needed some additional salt. You should always taste your food as you cook it, to give you an idea of things you need to add. The only problem is if you put too much of something in like salt, you're kind of stuck. So that's kind of why I start out low with the salt and add it as I taste it. So here we have the finished product. I do not put cheese on these. Steak and cheese to me just doesn't seem like a good combination. What I do end up doing, and everyone will be shocked because I've told you how much I love this, I'll put a little bit more green chilies on here. And then I top it off with a lettuce and cabbage mixture. I like the texture of both of those. I like the crunchiness of the cabbage and the texture of the lettuce. Once again, I don't have any limes, but normally I would take lime wedges and squeeze over the top after we're done with this. I'm going to do a plug for something here that I use all the time, and it's these street tacos from Mission. They're smaller. That's the one thing I don't like about some of the tortillas is they're so big. There's just too much starch or dough with this meal. These are a perfect size. They are very, very, very soft and very much full of flavor. So highly recommend these. So there you go. We are at Tacos de Carne, or Tacos de Carne Asada. Let me know what you think. Share it with somebody if you think they'd be interested in trying this. Anyway, once again, signing out from the quarantine kitchen.